So while my mug of coffee is cooling off a little bit, I'm going to try to just push my hair back a little bit without it hopefully giving me a headache. I'm just going to at least do it while my foundation and primer are going on. Because that's, and my bronzer and my powder. Okay, most of the face. All right, let's roll up the sleeves and get into this, okay? I'm going to start off, well, I mean, I already did my like pre-makeup, my pre-makeup. Not really start off, but like, you know, I did my pre-makeup layer before, but now I'm starting my actual makeup layer. So I'm going to start off with the Cali Ray primer. I do like this, but I don't feel like it's that blurring. I feel like the Rare Beauty was more blurring, and I'm probably going to stop by and pick up one of those because I miss it. It was really good. And I just kind of started trying other things, and I haven't really been happy with any of them. So I'm going to go back to that one. I know I should be using like a softer finger for my face. Yeah, my bad. Okay. Let's give that a moment to set onto my face while I wipe off the primer from my hands. I have my Sephora makeup bag. I have my Sephora makeup bag here with my double-ended brushes. And like, you know, my kind of like everyday staple tools. This is a little concealer puff, like sponge puff or whatever, that I want to try using with my concealer if I need to. And then, let's hope that didn't fluff up into my coffee. And then this is for if I want to like carve out my cheek when I do my contour. And then here I've got my little growing stack of everyday double-ended makeup brushes that I've been enjoying. So yeah, I can't believe, like, it's amazing how, it's really amazing how when you just decide to change your mindset and be more open-minded or face some of the challenges that have maybe held you back in the past. This particular example, I'm talking specifically about, I had a lifelong hate for, like, truly, hate is a strong word, I know, but I have really strong feelings. And so anyways, I had a lifelong hate for double-ended brushes. Like it's a visual thing for me. Like, look at how dumb that looks. I feel like somebody else's face should be at the other end of the brush going with their cheek too while you're both doing your makeup at the same time. It just like, visuals seem to be really important to me in my brain and the way like I categorize things and how things seem orderly to me or whatever. I won't get too far off into that, but the double-ended brushes thing just always threw me off visually because of that. I just feel like, well, yeah, it's just missing the end. So anyways, I had to literally put that aside and just try to get into them. And I did that when I purchased this set here, this little trio set here. I do have a video talking about my first impressions with these brushes and talking about like this whole journey of me trying to get over myself about double-ended brushes. So I won't go on any further about that, but just wanted to give you an update if you're keeping track that, yeah, I'm happily using my double-ended brushes. I've really been enjoying them. And, you know, now that I have a way to store them not standing up, I didn't mean to make that handshake, I'm sorry. Now that I have a way to store them not standing up and they don't get dusty because I keep them in this cute little makeup bag that is perfect for makeup brushes that came with my Sephora Makeup Collections brush set, which I also have a video on. I'll leave all these videos down below in the description box if you're curious, like, you know, to see more in-depth usage and hear my thoughts on those products. But anyways, let me go ahead and get into the face now that my primer has soaked in. That's what I was doing. It's kind of killing a moment to let, I was just passing time for a moment to let my primer set in before I actually go in with my foundation. Let's go ahead and just do a little pre-curl of the lashes. I don't normally do this, but like, I don't normally do this at this point in time, but I am trying to just like make some adjustments in the order of how I put my makeup on and some of the things that I do as far as like which step I do when. And so I'm just still trying to figure out what I feel like is best for me. So anyways, another thing I don't normally start off with is my brows. And that's because in order for me to get my foundation super close to the brows, I don't like having my brows done yet. So, wait, what happened to the, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to do those last. Although I do have this little detail brush now that actually is fine for concealer, I feel like, but I like it for detail foundation application. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my brows and see if that works out okay for me. I do have a couple of other brow products that I have brought into my collection, but this is like towards its last leg and I wanna go ahead and try to finish it up. So far, despite the couple of things I don't like about this product, now that I've gotten towards the end of a bottle, so far, despite the couple of complaints that I have about this product, I do still really like the way that this holds my brows better than a lot of the other things that I've tried, including Patrick Ta, ABH. I do also really like the Benefit products, and I might go back to that instead of trying this because I feel like although this isn't quite as runny as the Benefit 24-hour brow, like clear gel setter thing, if I have the name right, I hope I have the name right. Although it's not like as drippy as that one is, this Rare Beauty one tends to just like get a little bit gunky towards the end of, like after you've had it 2 months or like a month and a half, it just, the edge of the container, like when you're pulling the product out, let me just show you what I'm talking about. It's just like really gunky, you see? And I find that doesn't happen with the 24-hour brow one, the clear one. And the Benefit one stays like a nice consistency all the way through. And so, yeah, I might go back to that one, honestly. But I've got a couple of other brow things to finish up before I do that. So I'll be working through those because I really, this year, 2025, I'm really focused on clearing makeup items out of my collection, aside from just decluttering them. Like, I don't want to just declutter things to declutter it. I'm only decluttering things if like they don't work for me, either because of my skin texture or skin sensitivities, or like maybe the tone of a shade is just really wrong for me, or maybe not like what I expected, or maybe my preferences have changed, you know, like, because that does happen too. You know, and some things do like have just been sitting around in my collection for a while. And so like those things I throw out or whatever. But anyway, all right. So I feel like the brows look pretty good. And I'm going to get started now on my foundation. And I forgot, I bought a pump for this. And now that I know I'm going to keep the shade, let me go get my pump and put it in. All right. It's going to be hard for me to get, my hair looks like puppy dog ears. It's going to be hard for me to get used to like having things in 2 different places again. That was one of the reasons why I oh, this is a shirt. I didn't mean to bring this with me. Anyway, I picked up a new MAC lip liner that wasn't in stores at other places. And if you're familiar, hold on, let me get scissors. If you're familiar with the mailing issues that I've had, because postal employees, mostly the temporary ones from what I hear from the insider info that I have, go through the mail packages of my town. Like every single person in this entire town has their mail being rifled through. And they like to use my makeup and stuff before they actually repackage it and put it in my delivery spots. So I've stopped purchasing makeup by mail. Okay. If they don't have a ship it to the store option, then I'm not down. Tell me why this is open. Somebody better not have done the same thing in here. I don't even have glasses to check it. I hope it's fresh. Let's see. Does that look used? I just have so much PTSD from people using my stuff that now I'm like just ultra paranoid and pessimistic about it all. Okay, but on the positive side, okay, back to my happy place of enjoying my makeup. Anyway, okay, so I picked up this new lip liner in the shade Grayish. So I picked up this new lip liner in the shade Grayish, and I'm excited to check that out. I don't know if I'll be wearing that color today though, because I'm going to be probably using the Makeup by Mario. I'll probably be using the Makeup by Mario Bronx Baby shade. So yeah, let me just stop dilly-dallying around and hemming and hawing. And let me get my pump onto my foundation, my new pump. Yeah, so this, I think this foundation is like $55 or $58. I'm gonna just go with 60 to be safe. And the pump has gone up in price now too. I believe it used to be 10 when I first saw it, before I had actually purchased it. And then I went to buy it like a while later and it had gone up to 12. And that was like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And now it's up to $13 at Ulta. I don't know about other places, but Ulta has this on sale for $13. And either they don't order a bunch of them or people really buy them every single time, because I got the last one out of 2 locations near me that I went looking for this. So I felt really fortunate to be able to get this. Otherwise, I was going to have to return that foundation, because I just can't deal with a pour out situation. Okay, it's not okay. But now I don't know what to do with this lid. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and keep this little wrapper and the box so that I know that my lid is in there in case I want to move this pump from this bottle to my next one, like if I finish this up and I'm ready for a new one. But if I let it sit for a while, like I did that other time, like the other bottle that I had the pump on, if I let it sit for a long time and the foundation expires in it, then I definitely need to get a new one. And this time I'm not going to let myself lose the little like lock thing, so that, oops, I just almost broke it. So that hopefully I can keep it from accidentally pumping out if I decide to put it in my makeup bag to go. All right, so hopefully now I'll get a little bit of a better flow going with this whole like foundation and pump situation. That was kind of a foreign concept to me, because like having to buy your own pump, come on. Anyway, so my point of all this, to bring this up again, was that this foundation is going to go from being like a approximately $60 foundation to me to being more of like a $73 foundation for me, maybe like $70 or whatever, just depending on the actual price of the foundation. All right, I digress. So now I've got a pump and I'm so happy about that. I'm going to just make sure that I've got like no stuff on here so that I don't get any little hair stuck to me. And I got to kind of move fast because I've been wasting a lot of time and I'm already like short on time before I have to go. So I need to just get this going now. But thankfully my brows have dried. Yeah, see, is this already too light for me? Is Buff the wrong shade, do you think? I'm not sure. I might go in and just look at the shades again. And if I'm like one shade off, I might get that shade or something instead. I don't know. Because I do plan to get a lot darker this summer. I mean, that's just how it goes. All right. I'm not even going to cover up this spot that I have going on down here. I'm not going for perfection. I'm just going for a nice makeup base to hold my makeup on for the day. I really do like this brush for foundation. It's so soft. And I like having this little detailed edge here. All right. Put my little cap blocker back on. Okay. So far that's working out well. Okay. I think I'm gonna use some cream makeup today. Okay. There's been a few times that I've left the house almost forgetting to blend out my contour here on the bottom edge because I'm not used to putting on makeup at the bottom of my face. I've only like started doing that maybe like the last 6 to 8 months or something like that. All right. Concealer is next. I'm going to use my NARS in Café con Leche. Is that right? Or no, Café au lait. I think the Café con Leche is lighter. And so this is Café au lait. Okay. I'm going to use my Rose Ink double-ended concealer brush to just kind of gently blend in the few little spot concealer moments, and while this up here is kind of setting itself a little bit. This spot right here is a little bit lighter than my foundation, so that's not good. I'm gonna go back over it with the foundation a little bit, which means the one spot that I did here somewhere is not gonna blend well either, so that wasn't good. All right. Wow, I'm already pretty warm. I was planning on like doubling up my layers because it's really cold today, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing that after all. Okay, and I don't have, well, I actually do have all of my brushes here, but are they all clean? Yeah, let me go get my Nikki LaRose brushes because that's the concealer brush I want to use, not the Cinch Beauty one. I do really like this NARS concealer. Really, really like the consistency of it. And the coverage is really nice. Like I totally see now why this product is so hyped up and why it has been for so long. Like I get it. Okay, next, I'm gonna set my under eyes with my Hourglass setting powder. I'm trying so hard to use up this little sample so that I can justify to myself getting a big one. I like this one specifically for my under eyes. I don't really like the Huda Beauty for the under eyes. I feel like it's just a little bit too heavy for right under the eyes, but I like it everywhere else. Really, really love this little brush for under the eye. It is really good. It's such a good little size. Softness and density, it's like so right. And then I'll go into my Huda Beauty with the big puffy side for the rest of the face, but I'm not gonna do that just yet because I wanna add my bronzer and blush. Do just a little bit, not too much. A little bit of warmth on the nose, just a little bit. A little bit of bronzer here on the face. I've been enjoying this double-ended brush here for the bronzer application, for my cream products specifically. I really, really love the shade of that bronzer. It's so nice. That's that Nude Sticks, oh, Maple, eh? Or something like that. It's so cute. It actually looks like I dragged my nose somewhere it didn't belong. Let me do that with the foundation one, not the bronzer one. Okay. Just gonna tap that in a little bit with the residue of the foundation on this brush, just to kind of help blend it in a little more, especially towards the bottom where I added kind of a lot. There. I think that looks okay. Don't let me forget to go across the nose though. I did add that little bitty line there, so I gotta blend that out. Okay, I think that looks good. Next, I'm ready for blush. And for today's cream blush, I'm gonna use the Lawless. It's a little bit more like rosy toned, which I think will go nicely with what I am wearing. Cream blush. Oh! Okay. Thankfully the lid closed when it fell and it didn't fall face open. So, okay, I cleaned off this like little foundation brush that I think is not quite dense enough for foundation. I'm gonna see if I like it for cream blush. I do. I like it a lot for cream blush. Thankfully, now I have a way to use. Oh, so maybe this wasn't a foundation and blush set, but it was a cream and powder blush set. That's what I think it is. That makes me enjoy the set a lot more, because I just didn't feel like this was dense enough for foundation, but I do really like it for cream blush. Yay! And I saw that this set is on sale now for like $19. So if you were interested, but you didn't want to pay the full like $38 or whatever it was, which I don't blame you for that. It wasn't worth that price in my opinion, although the brushes are good. It's just, that's like really high. Okay. Oops, I almost forgot to blend in my bronzer that was down here. So I'm gonna just do that with this blush since I hardly have any of the bronzer shade there. All right. Love. So happy with this brush now. So glad that I found a better way to use it. All right, so I would say next will be a little bit of my cream highlighter. Is it this one? No. Cream highlighter. This is the only cream highlighter I currently have in my collection. All right. Okie dokie. I think that looks great. Now I'm going to set it with Huda Beauty. Actually, I should set it with my powder products next. So now I'm going to go over the bronzer with a little bit of the, where's that? Now I'm going to go over the cream bronzer with just a little bit of the House Labs. Kind of set the cheeks a little bit with this beautiful bronzer. Okay. And now I'm just going to set with powder all over. I'm not going to go over with all of the other cream products and just like double layer them. Instead, I'm going to just set the powder now. And I have a little bit here at the top from where I pulled out a little bit too much last time. Okay. So now I'm going to prime my eyes. I'll get this out of my head. It's bothering me. And I haven't even had a sip of coffee yet. But now that I've done like most of the hard work, I'm ready to get into the fun eyeshadow and have a sip of coffee. Wow, I can't believe how like fluffy and voluminous my hair is, even though I slept with it in 2 hair ties after my shower last night so that it wouldn't be quite so puffy. All right. So, eye primer. I'm going to kind of keep this a little bit simple. Probably not going to reach into a ton of shades like I normally do because I want to just do like a really pretty simple, slightly colorful look and then get on with my day because I got to get going. And I've already like piddle-paddled long enough. Just kind of wiping off the excess of, I'm behind on cleaning my brushes, so I'm wiping off the excess of my previous eye primer to get a little bit more of a fresher tip on my brush. And honestly, maybe today would be a good day to do a neutral look since I'll be meeting my husband's coworkers rather than doing a colorful look. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just do like a simple neutral look so that I just look like a regular person instead of like a colorful peacock of some sort. Instead of like a colorful Barbie, I'll look like and just like a nice simple woman. Which there's nothing wrong with that. Even though looking like is the modern day current cool go-to move. What eyeshadow palette do I want to use? Kind of want to use my Patrick Ta because I have been reaching for this palette just to grab and go, but I do have these 2 palettes here, the Mini Sculpt and Mini Nude. Let me go get my Patrick Ta matte palette. Okay. I literally forgot that I had all of my like go-to neutral palettes right behind me. So these are some of the palettes that I'm gonna possibly reach into after all. So forget the fact that I was gonna use my Natasha Denona burgundy shades. I'm going to start off with the Patrick Ta matte palette. This is my favorite all matte palette, even though I don't really like the top row that much. I really love this bottom row a lot. That being said, I think I am going to use the top row today. That's pretty bold. A little bit bolder than I anticipated. Okay. I'm going to take a clean blender. Did I hit the camera? I sure did. Oh, good God. Okay, so I've started off now with... Okay, so I started off with this shade here on the outer edge. Now I am going to take a clean little blend, a clean fluffy large blender actually. There ain't nothing little about this for my eye shape. I'm gonna just soften that out a little bit. Okay, that's a nice start. Same brush, flip it over to this lighter shade. I'm gonna put that here on the lid. Kind of surprised that I reached into the warm row of this palette today because I literally don't do that very often. And when I do, I feel like I did it by mistake. But it is nice to get use out of this top side of the palette because literally I usually reach for the bottom side only. Okay. I'm almost done with the eyes. Like, that's how simple I'm gonna keep it today. I'm gonna take this brush here onto this creamy shade there for the inner part of the eye. Okay. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go into this same shade that I used on the middle part of the eyelid and just okay. That's it. That's the look with the Patrick Ta. And for the lips, like I said, I'm going to be using the, hold on, that's not quite it for the eyes. I do want to use a little bit of the Fake Awake And I'm going to do a touch of this Burgundy Macro Tech eyeliner from Natasha Denona just to bring in a little bit of the burgundy from the shirt, the little sweater that I'm wearing. Okay. I love eyeliner so much. Eyeliner is one of my absolute favorite things in makeup. Okay, I'm going to use the brown liquid liner today from KVD Beauty. This is the new reformulated version and it's really good. Almost forgot that I have an enlarged mirror here now. I went and bought a new mirror so that I wouldn't be struggling anymore. My cat eye is a little lower than I normally do it. That's because I started off not intending to do a wing, but then I was like, ooh, who am I kidding? I like a good wing. Okay, that was a very hard build out, but I feel like it worked. And I'm actually doing a little bit more of like what I consider to be a modern cat eye winged liner as opposed, no, I'm actually doing a little bit more of like a modern winged liner instead of my typical more like classic cat eye style of wing liner. That got too low. Okay, I do not recommend turning your head sideways to fix your wing because you cannot compare it to the other side and you make it too low. Or at least I do. Well, there we go. They don't match at all now, F. It's because this isn't my normal direction or shape. I don't really like it. I should have stuck with the regular cat eye that I do. But whatevs, here we are. So yeah, that's gonna have to work. This outer edge isn't sharp, hold on. There we go, that's better. Well, so much for a simple everyday makeup look, huh? I should have also brought the brown eyeliner in here, but I didn't. So I'm gonna use this Pat McGrath black. Is it flat? What happened to the tip? Oh my God. The whole thing just came out. This pencil sucks. What? What the hell was that about? Okay, well, I'm not gonna mess with that. Gonna have to go with the liquid liner then for the bottom, so. Not 100% pleased with my, not 100% pleased with my eyeliner today, but we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna top it off with the Maneater mascara. May as well do another curl because I feel like this wing liner got way dramatic. Like, I don't know how to wear a simple eye, okay? I can do a simple eye look, but I don't like the way it looks, so I don't really know how to wear it. Once it gets on me, I'm like, ew. And then I just do like a bunch more stuff because I'm like, yeah, that's better. Oh, good Lord. Thank God I had that big wing to hide that mascara drag from the side of my eye. Okay, well. Wow. Look at that lash. Oh, wait. That's crazy. Starting to see why people love this mascara so much. My first impression wasn't the best, but now that it's been open like a week, I do feel like it's not quite as wet. It wasn't a super wet formula to begin with, but it was a little bit more wet, you know. I mean, naturally it dries out a little bit after it's been opened. And now that I'm like a week in, I feel like the fact that it is just a little bit more dry makes the lashes really like stick with the product. And the product seems to just like help to fluff up the lashes. Now keep in mind, I did do 2 sets of curling my lashes, which also helps, but like I've double curled my lashes in the past and they don't look like this. So this is definitely the Maneater mascara wowing me. Now I see why people love this mascara so much. So glad I decided to give it a try because the little dried up samples that I always got in my orders just weren't a good impression for me. This is good. I really like this mascara. And I love that I can actually fit the wand onto my lower lashes easily without it getting mascara in my waterline or without me doing a clump onto my lower eye. Like down where I have my concealer. Okay. So there's the eyes. Okay, now I'm gonna line my lips with Cool Spice. And a little bit of chestnut at the bottom. To finish the look off, I'll be going in with my Makeup by Mario in Bronx Baby. Ooh, that goes great with that lip liner. Really good with that lip liner. Wow, even better than the Wherever Walnut that Makeup by Mario lady sold me on. The Makeup by Mario makeup artist that was there that day that sold me on this lipstick product. Okay, so let's see. So here is the makeup look of the day, and let me just do a little lip combo promo shot. So there's the lip. Here's the lip combo of the day. Lip combo of the day is MAC lip liners in Cool Spice and Chestnut, and topped it off with Bronx Baby from Makeup by Mario. Okay. Lastly, I'm gonna set my face with my Urban Decay. I honestly feel like I could use a little bit more powder. And here is the look of the day. So here's the final look with my Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3 eyeshadow palette. Let me know what you think of the look down below. I look forward to reading your comments there. If you enjoyed today's video, I would really appreciate it if you take a moment to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I put on my makeup of the day. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure that you hit the subscribe button before you go. It is absolutely free to subscribe to me, and I would love if you would subscribe to my channel so I can see you in my next video. Bye.